Hot tip for you, before you create your online program, sell it first. Sorry, what? Don't you need to create something before you sell it? Actually, you don't, and if you do this, it actually gives your program a higher chance of failing. So in this video, I'm gonna teach you how and why to sell your program before you create it. Hi there, I'm Kendra Perry. I'm a wellness business mentor and I'm the creator of Health Coach Accelerator. I used to be a health coach and now I help health coaches and practitioners build six-figure businesses online. So if you're into that, you can subscribe to my channel and just make sure to hit that little bell so that you get notified when I post new videos on Thursdays. So one of the biggest mistakes that new practitioners and new coaches make when they are launching an online program is that they spend all this time creating it. They spend weeks or months creating fancy slides, recording it, handouts, the whole thing. And when it comes time to sell it, either they don't make any sales, or if they do, there tends to be a lot of issues with the program. And that leads to a lot of refund requests, which honestly is kind of shitty, right? Now, there's a few different reasons why this happens, but one of the biggest things that I want you to keep in your head right now is proof of concept. Proof of concept. And so any business, before they go out and try to sell something, they need to do a lot of market research and they need to learn about their ideal client and what they're actually selling and if it's actually going to resonate with the current audience. And what a lot of coaches do or practitioners do is they think, oh my God, what am I passionate about teaching versus what is there a market for, or what will people actually want to buy from me? And so the biggest issue here is that if you're brand new, maybe you just finished your health coaching certification or your degree, your diploma, whatever, and you haven't really worked with clients. And typically what you're learning in school is a lot of theory, right? And it's less actionable. So actually translating what you learned in school into something that's actionable, that's actually gonna get a person a result, they're very different things. And so I wanna relay something really important to you. What you learn inside your coaching certification or degree or diploma, you're not just gonna wanna teach that to your clients because your clients aren't passionate about health. They don't wanna learn what you learned in health coaching school. They wanna get results, they wanna solve their problem. So mostly they want less of the information and they just want you to tell them what to do. And so a really big mistake that I see a lot of coaches and practitioners make is that they go straight into, say, group coaching, or they try to launch an online course, but they're basically taking their theory, they haven't learned how to put it into action, and they're assuming that this client is going to be able to get results from that information with a lack of support or a lack of access. Because when we're talking about a one-to-many program, so like group coaching, membership, course, there is always going to be less access to you versus, say, one-on-one. And so what often happens is, while the information is really great, it's not actionable, there's less support and access to you, so the people get stuck or they don't get results. So one of my students, when they came to me, they'd actually had an experience like this. They had basically took what they learned inside their certification program, they'd put it into a group coaching program, and they had a bit of an audience. So she was able to make sales, but ultimately when she got 15 people enrolling in the program, she got a ton of refund requests because there was so much wrong with the program and the ability of these people to actually put it into action and get results. And honestly, that feels like shit. Refund requests are actually completely normal, but when you get a bunch at once, it really affects your confidence and it really makes you feel like I'm not good enough. And it's not that, it's just that the program wasn't tested. So the biggest issue is a lot of coaches, a lot of practitioners, they are making a lot of assumptions about their program, the results it's going to get for someone, and also that people actually want it. So I'm going to use an example of a skincare line. So let's say I want to launch my first skincare product. What am I going to do? Am I going to go to the manufacturer, ask them to make 1 million of these products and then hope that it's going to sell? No, that would be crazy, right? That would probably cause me to lose a fuck ton of money, right? So what I would do is I would have a few made and then I would send it out to a test group and I would want to get their feedback. I would want them to tell me, do you like the smell? Well, how does it make your skin? Do you like the label? Do you like the branding, right? I'd want to know all those things. And then I'd get that feedback and I'd be like, okay, it's a little bit greasier. People don't like how greasy it is, or the smell is a little bit off, or maybe they don't like the label or the color or whatever. I would get that feedback and then I would reformulate. I would get a few more made, I would do it again until I really fine-tuned it. And then I would start to get more and more made, right? I would start with maybe 1,000 and I would see how that sold. That sold great. So now we're gonna go for 3,000. And hopefully you get the point I'm making here. It's incremental and there's a lot of testing involved. No business just gets 1,000 or 1,000,000 of something made and just puts it out there and hopes for it to be sold. And so the same thing goes with your coaching or consulting or practitioner business is there needs to be a lot of testing involved. And yes, it is more work. It is more work, absolutely, but we have to put in the work and we're gonna get a better result in the long run if we play the long game versus just trying to get the quick result, just trying to get the quick sale. So this is where we talk about the beta program. And a beta program is essentially the test or the trial version of your program. And the purpose of this is to get a small number of people to come through your program and to give you feedback. So essentially what you're doing is you're co-creating your program with your clients, and that will eventually lead to your ideal client feeling like, oh my God, this program was made for me. So with the beta, really what you want to do, and this is actually taken from one of my mentors, Lindsay Padilla. I'll make sure to link to her below this video, but she calls it the minimum awesome course. It kind of is a take on minimum viable product. So what you're doing is you're creating something that is incredibly valuable, but it's like the bare bones. It's the bare minimum. There's nothing fancy about it. And then you're testing it. So in terms of an online program, what you're doing is you're figuring out, okay, what's the education? What do these people need to know in order to get results? Based on that, what are the action steps? And then what are the resources that can help them implement those action steps? And how am I going to support this person? And how am I going to keep them accountable? And you deliver it in a live format. So what I mean by this is if we're talking about a one-on-one program, you're going to teach them the education in session, right? Because when you do that, you're going to get a lot of questions. They're going to tell you, I don't get this. This doesn't make sense. Or they're going to tell you, I wish you would elaborate on that. Or they're going to tell you, I couldn't get done what you told me to get done in a week. It was too much stuff. And if we're talking about a group program, you're going to teach the education again in a live format, like live stream it. And again, you're going to get the interaction. You want to make sure you're surveying people after each and every training lesson because they are going to give you the feedback. And you really need to take your ego out of this because it'll be really easy to be like, oh man, what I did, it's not good enough. Fuck, this sucks. But really, you have to look at it from the mindset of like the objective scientist and like kind of detach and just be curious and be like, okay, so I gave them these action tasks, but they couldn't get them done in a week. How can I edit that down? Or how can I give them more time so that they can actually get it done? So really, you just don't need anything fancy for this. You don't need slides, you don't need fancy handouts, you just need the basics. And when you market this type of program, just be really transparent. This is the first iteration of this program. And for people who come into the beta, they obviously get a price promotion, right? Because they're getting the first version of the program. And so what you can tell them is, hey, when you come into this program, you know, it's the first iteration. So I'm giving a price promo for the first 5 people. And I think 5 to 10 people is enough to test your program on. So what you can say is, this is my new program. I just, am just making it available. And for the first 7 clients that sign up, you're getting 50% off or something like that, right? I probably wouldn't tell people it's a beta program because they probably won't know what beta means. So just tell them it's the first iteration, and because of that, they're going to get the price discount. But obviously the exchange is that they give you feedback on the program. And so when do you move out of beta into final mode? Well, it really comes down to when you feel confident in the program. So not only the curriculum, meaning the education that you're delivering, but also the container, right? Like the support, the accountability, is the way that you support people within your program. Is it helping, right? Where are people getting stuck? How can you make that easier? So when you feel really confident, that's the point at which you fully create the program. And then you can record video modules, make the slides, make the handouts, do the course hosting, whatever. But that's essentially the process to make a program that is guaranteed to be what your audience wants. And you basically incrementally move it through this testing process to the point at which you are ready to sell it as the final program. And of course, sell it at your dream price point. Okay, so let's do a quick recap of this. What we're gonna do first is we're gonna outline the program. what we're gonna cover in each week or each module, and then we're gonna outline how we're actually going to deliver this program. As soon as we got the outline and the framework, we're going to market it. So we're gonna launch it. We're gonna say, hey, the first 5 or 10 or 7, whatever, people to sign up are gonna get 50% off in exchange for honest and transparent feedback on the program. You're gonna fill it up, you're gonna get all that information from your clients, you're gonna use that to update it, make it better, improve it, optimize it, all those good things. And then when it's optimized, then you're gonna do the fancy stuff. You're gonna make the slides, record the videos, host it, make the worksheets, whatever, and then you are going to double the price and start moving towards selling it at your dream price point. Okay, so if you need help actually outlining and planning your signature program and you have no idea where to start, I'm gonna give you access to my free signature program planning workbook. It'll be in the description below this video. Make sure to download that, and that's gonna help you start to outline your program so you are ready to put it out there and start selling it and start getting your beta clients into that program. If you like this video, give me a like, give me a share, and make sure you're subscribed to my channel. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you in the next video.